Hello and welcome back to episode 23. So I have been thinking a little bit here about our terrible situation in general, but especially about the army. And I think we should restructure it a bit. Like, well, we don't need two of these, like two heavy infantry. Let's see. Let's get rid of these. Like that. And then when we get some money, we will create a regiment of armored horsemen, I think. That is, yeah, that's the best cavalry that we have access to. Because Boathilder loves horses. That is a fitting thing to do. What else was it? Yeah, we need to find her a mentor that has what is it called? Serpentis focus. Oh, so this isn't this like a unique tree? Like we can't see it before we have the skill or what? Or am I misremembering stuff here? I thought this had like a unique tree. Focusing on serpent's training. Well, first of all, we're gonna have to finish these wars here. Shouldn't assure war for the country of Totma. What is this? Oh, this idiot. This is the idiot that destroyed Torre's master plan, and she's still around. And for some reason, I just noticed that the titles are like glitched out. Like everybody is called Prince. Look at this. Why is that? Literally everybody. That has to be like a bug or something. And I think that happened with at the end of the last episode when we switch over to the Camarilla thing. I should probably report this to the mod creators and hear what they have to say. If it is a bug, it has to be. Alright, so this is a defensive war. It's just for one country. And we're probably gonna lose this one, but that is not super important. What is important is this war. Because if we lose this, we will lose a whole duchy. And we should be able to handle this. And then this Holy War. For this. I don't know about this one. Like maybe we can do this. the thing about the defensive holy wars, it is a very good thing to win them, like fight them and win them, because you get usually, or sometimes at least, like a ton of money in like war reparations if you win them. But only the defensive ones. And this is a defensive one. And she has a lot of money too. But I have even seen like with opponents that doesn't have a lot of money, I've still gotten like hundreds and hundreds of coins. So they have like gone into debt. Like with Lord Joffrey, when we defeated him in the first Holy War, I got like 1100 coins, and he was like in debt forever. Let's see here. Yeah, so we should basically just be able to take this over quite easily. $11%. I don't think we even need to take that back. Let's just go for the kill. Legendary Blade Master. Okay, that is just a weird bug with the titles. What's this? It is a mighty fine stallion you have there. No one rides red hair but me. Like this is such a good event chain, like having a horse. You get so much prestige from this. And we're almost there, by the way. We need 2000 prestige to create a new cadet house. And then we will start to get back our power. Poor manners. We get the prestige from any of this. Rodolfo. That's good. Capture somebody, please. Nothing. Call to war to the modest prince, to the modest war lady, I should say. Porthilder of Norway. I call on you to honor our alliance. Join me in a liberty war. Liberty war. Hornfeeder the Try. What are you doing? Enemies. I mean, this will give us some prestige if we help, right? I think so. What's this? Spiritus animalism. Spiritus. I have never seen this. Armand. The Ormas are a rare all-female bloodline of kindred that originally existed during the Dark Ages, headed by a woman called Adisa. The story of the Armands, as we would tell it, begins with Adisa, a Valkyrie and daughter of Freya, the Norse goddess. Huh. Hilda the Valkyrie. Oh, that is interesting. Breach of the Masquerade. Blight of Pomerania. My cousin and a vassal. Bribe. Payer. Oh, look at this. Familiar kinslayer. Murderer. She could have been involved in Dallas murder. That is not impossible. Look at how much money she has. So this could be an opportunity to arrest her, like legally. And well, we don't have the revocation rights anymore. Oh, but we can get it back. Yep. But then we would have to take from. Yeah, we need the prestige for the house cadet thing. But maybe we should still arrest her, because she is like a wanted criminal. I mean, we could keep her in prison for a long time and eventually get her money. Let's do it. Nice. Where is it? Yeah, we're not doing that. Not doing that. Yeah, I think you're gonna sit in prison for many years, and eventually we're gonna revoke your titles, and we're gonna banish you, and we're gonna confiscate your money. Yeah. Task finished. Let's see this task. Minus 100. Why is that? Imprisoned family member. Blackmail me. Rightful. Over 5 years in debt. Minus 40. That is a pretty hefty penalty. I don't think we're gonna be able to sway him. That is a waste. Who can we sway? Oh, look at this! A spy master hates me. Disappointed. Over what? Over what? And we can't replace her, I think. Yeah, because she got her position here from a hook. So this is pretty bad. I am extremely hated by everybody. Holy shit, look at this. Rightful sin. It's not looking good. And our heir is Agnes, Thor's wife. And she actually is a daughter of Valborg. %. Come on. Oh, there it is. 41 gold coins. 100 prestige. And we get to keep a duchy. Good. Good, good. What is that? Defending. She may be very short-lived on the throne. Torhalla. Liberty War. There. Hey, I think we should help out. This war we're gonna... Just let it fall. It doesn't really matter. It's just one country. Whatever. Well... Maybe we should stop it. Is there time? Let's try to stop her, because I hate her. I hate her. I'm not convinced that we can do it, but let's try. Oh my god. %. What's this? Nothing. Red hair. Take them. Plus 12% war score. We may be able to do this. Oh, sweet. Advanced Protean. +4 prowess. Nice. For the coins. Is this all she has. She's very angry. Olof. Cargo pole. Yeah. So taking this should finish it. Look at this. Husband encourages chivalry. 5 prestige. So, as soon as we get 2000 prestige, we're gonna found a new house. And after that, we need to save up for... it's like 1000 prestige more for the crown authority thing. Then we can start to like revoke titles from, first of all, from this prisoner to get her money, but then also to get some titles to give to my children here, and because we need some powerful house members that we can call in. And currently, like, none of my children are like very powerful at all. Like, they barely have anything. Right, what type of war is this, by the way? The Euro War. We will at least get prestige from this, I think. Unless the head is changed. There it is. Victory. Prince Hornfinger imprisoned rebellious master. Oh, this is the Liberty War. I don't care about that. What's this? A bird of the Sabbat. The anarchic revolt has been dealt a powerful blow by the convention of Thorns. And the bird of the Camarilla. The movement isn't dead though, but has been reborn into something more sinister. Oh no. This new sect, calling themselves the Sabbat, has gathered a great deal of momentum among the disgruntled anarchs. Its core tenets are still quite nebulous, but a clear opposition to the Camarilla is apparent. As the masquerade is more relaxed, the worship of Cain himself is allowed. It remains to be seen if these reformed anarchs will just be a nuisance to the new Cainite order, or if they will be able to transform the nightly landscape once again. This is not good. A pad of honorable accord. Evil. The pad of honorable accord is a pad of enlightenment that harnesses the beast through the rigorous practice of honorable and chivalrous behavior. Cainites on the pad of honorable accord place a high value on ritual and ceremony. The Sabbath Knights therefore always participate in war parties, retai, ceremonies and other pack events. As a whole, the followers of the path seek to knit together the disparate factions of the sect under the common banner of loyalty to a cause. Sabbath. Path of death and the soul. Let me see what this is. Pursuit of knowledge. But it still doesn't have wrathful as a virtue. But like there are a few fates that has wrathful as a virtue. For the face. Oh wow! There's a whole bunch of different ones in this. Sabbat fate. And this one has it as a virtue. Pad of power and inner voice. Pad of Katori. So both healer is generous, wrathful, and craven. I don't think it is like any fate that has craven as a virtue. I have never seen that. Redemption. Yeah, let's not do this. Let's not convert. Don't stand a chance. Most anarchists have already joined nascent Sabbat. Oh, look at this! We actually get some money. And let's share 400 prestige. Again, 40 prestige. So, how much did it contribute? They didn't contribute anything, did they? So we should get everything? Oh, we didn't get 400. What's this? So we have this holy war. Should we care about this? I think we should. Will win decisively. I don't even know who this is. A half-sister. Holy Wolf, the Kingdom of Novgorod. So these are his allies, right? Ingeller of Britannia. Where are they? Here. I think we can do this. And with some luck that will give us a bit of prestige. Dr. Alexander. He's still around. And he's a Sabbat. I'll be Gentian. Exert my willpower. Resisted. So that must mean it is based on intrigue, right? Because I am excellent at that, and he is not as good. And I'm like terrible at anything else. I would like to know how this works, like the mechanics behind it. Who's that? She doesn't have any allies. So you get exposed. Some love affair. I don't really care. Yeah, our allies are actually showing up for once. Goodness. Where is that? Is it a duchy? Oh, it's a duchy. Where's the thing? Halla of Lapland. Like, all that I want is a break. So we can like recover and rebuild. But it's so hard to get that. Focus on her ambitions and interests more. What is she into? She's into intrigue, she's into patient calm. Yeah, subterfuge and intrigue for sure. My sister. An opinion. I think we should take the capital. Misdeeds of the court chaplain. In the evening, court chaplain Ridolfo Fioravanti sits in a dimly lit council room. His gaze and quill are focused upon inconspicuous expense reports. Yet beside him lie clay molds with the royal stamp, which would only be needed if he intended to defraud the realm. To think that a man of his position would dare act so disgracefully under the eyes of humanity. Humanity? He is my son. Disgracefully but skillfully, had I not caught him in the act, nobody would have been devised to his scheme. I've seen enough. Dungeons. Sweep evidence of wrongdoing under the rug and partake in the corruption scheme. No. Gain the Accomplished Forger perk. Fabricate claim on counter speed plus 75%. Unlocks the buy artifact claim interaction. Yeah, I want the perk. Nice. That's that. I think we may lose this one. Metal break imposter. I swear to humanity, I'll punch someone. Transfer artifacts. Again? Alright, I can't decline this. I can't afford to lose 500 prestige. A non-lethal single combat. Alright. I did better the last time actually, which was very surprising. Let's try the same thing that I did. My close with hurt you. We're evenly matched. The beast comes. My opponent is reeling from me. Victory is so close that I can practically taste it. Dual edge rank 7. My claws will hurt you. I have my opponent on the back foot. Very high increase to likelihood of success. I'm an animal. Nice! Second victory over Turhala. And she is super strong, look at this. So what do I get? Victorious against Turhala. It's over the same item, I think. The Norse ornamental cofret. It's always like a good thing to take the capitals in any war, really. Because if you're lucky, you can get some good loot and some artifact and in prisoner or two. Food fight. Form a friendship with Frode. Look at this. Look at how rich he is. In that guest. What? I've never seen this. What is this? No, we couldn't. Whatever. But we are extremely in debt here. Oh, we got an axe. Brutal final battle axe of pain. Catch them. Why did we almost lose that? What happened? Okay, that wrecked us. Depend artifact. To the hermetic boat healer. They go for it again. What's so special about this little cofret that everybody wants? A cofret of fine craftsmanship. It is made of plainly worked pine. The body of the box and the lid inlaid with pewter decorations. Perfect to keep deeds, memorabilia and ceremonial items safe. Yeah, the most simple, plain little cofret is like the most sought after item in the kingdom. They will never have it. I don't know what we're gonna do with the debt here. There's something else. That's so annoying. Golden Hills. Secret exposed. Caesar pack leader Alfredo has had an affair with her lover Ingmar. Infernalist secret. Oh, look at that! They actually take some initiative. There it is. 232 coins. nothing. Now on to this. What happened there? What happened there? Cousin slain in battle. Oh, the other Snorri, the younger Snorri. Where? Snorri of Vornesh. Second-hand glamour. We don't need foreign nonsense in my court. You gain 150 prestige. Yes. Look at that. 1900. We're almost there. Addressing the corruption. Combating the issue of the lack of sheriffs in Libim. Receiving advice. I don't care about you. I lost treasure. My lady, I represent the religious community of Kotlas. While rummaging through our modest archive, we have come across a very peculiar book. The cover was dusty, the binding fragile, and the pages were yellowed by time. It contained the most unusual drawings, and the script itself was unknown to us all. I saw that it is unique in the world, a long-lost vault of knowledge, a true treasure. So I offer it to you. Perhaps it's the original copy of the Will of God, or it's a memoir of the world's creation. A mysterious book plus 5% prestige. Forever? That's pretty good. A traitor uncovered. Robin. I caught Robin here in the process of sending sensitive information to foreign spies in Shudia, our arch enemy. What should we do with him? Strong hook. Look at his bank account. Holy shit. And we can't imprison him? Are you kidding me? And he's unlanded. This is just free money. How lucky is that? In prison. Yes. Thank you. That's amazing. Look at this. Oh, we can't do it. Oh no. Oh no. We have to do it like this and then arrest him again. Hmm. I mean, we have to. We have to get out of debt. Let's see. Imprison again with a hook. 8% chance. This is an act of tyranny, and we lose 5 opinion points with everybody. It's 8% chance. Yeah, we have to. Justice, yes. Justice indeed. Independence faction. Alright, so now we should be able to do it. Yeah. Banish. Look at that. 1634 shiny coins. Banished. And we're out of debt. Just like that. So sweet. So sweet. Pay loan. I don't think so. Master. Wants to make a throne. I don't think we have like any fancy throne. Do we? Royal court. We do not. But he is only a master and like... No, let's not. We're gonna be in debt again. Let's not do that. Where are we? Wow. Sorbian War for the Duchess Jürgen von Verden's claim on the Duchy of Lausitz. Proconsul Julia Antasia, the Roman relic of Sorbia. This is no joke. Cataphracts. This one I don't know if we can handle. This is a little bit rich. But we can try. Always try. Never like give up right away. Maybe we can. Or was it a... It's a claimant to war. Where are we? Like seriously? What is going on? What's happening with our army? who's leading it? Like, what is going on? Am I completely blind here? Did you even move? Oh, there. Good lord. You can call on your ally Prince Ear. No, I can't. Everybody's married. You are not. Alien Gangler Fenris. 4,000. Yeah, but once again, this is a vessel of a vessel. And they wouldn't come in, like, we wouldn't be able to invite them to the wars. It's super annoying that it works like that. I mean, we can try, let's see. Vessel superior. Let's see if it works. I don't think it will. Oh my god. All right. Can we do it? No, we can't do it. We can't call them in, even though they are allies. It's like the most annoying thing. Oh, additional taxes. Well, at least we're getting that. Allies, where are you? Oh, okay, they're on their way. Come on. Take them. Are you serious? Like, how could you do that? I'm like literally using it. So fucking annoying. What are they doing? John Cabot, this is a time of change and exploration. Who thinks that canines aren't suited to handle? As Europe launches more and more expeditions into the great unknown, your kind wonders what manner of horrors and opportunities await them. You are determined to not be left behind, and as such made inquiries about one of the greatest explorers of the age. On Cabot, the stalwart ship captain has recently come back from one of his many trips to the Great West and could probably do many more with an immortal patron such as yourself. Granting him immortality is also an option, one that could give you quite a head start on the future, both here and beyond the vast blue ocean. Sure. Competitor. I'm not spending anything more. Comes a rival. Sure. Where is he? Put one. We have to go back and fix this. A neighbor, High Valkyrie Torhalla, has lost against her kinswoman. But she is still the ruler of Midgard. And the 6th stallion. No price is too steep for my beloved red hair. Demand artifact. Decline. What was that? Bishop Titus Brutus Caesar, the Republic of Friuli. Okay. Area of court. Alfjord criminal. Champion. Oh, he's a Sabbat. Part of Qatari. Arrest him. What is this? Let's take that. That's to resist you. Is this like a little battle? Losing, really. No, I won! Okay, so he needs to go. We need the money here. Banish. We can't do that. Banish like that. Herald. And you have not you. Wait a minute. Where is he? The leader of the Inquisitors. Because he has my axe. Inquisitor Bunny. Oh my god. Am I gonna lose it forever? I think I lost it forever. Your claims. It's not here. It's gone. The piece of shit destroyed it. Volbor's famed weapon. I can't believe that. But why did that happen? Like usually, like 100% of the time, you capture the war leader, the Inquisitor leader. But not this time. That is so disappointing. The end of life. I want to keep his lineage alive. Strong mare. Endurance. Ideal. I cannot believe that. That we could lose it that easily. This is actually pretty decent. Well, not compared to Christer Bonnie, but from the other stuff that we have at least. Oh, so we have this. Adventure Inspiration. Merely decent. We're not having any luck. Any luck. Beloved stallion Red Hair has passed away. He leaves a strong foal behind. I can already see his personality in a young one. My friend is still with me in a sense. Rest easy. Warhorse. Santos. how many? Yeah, we don't have a lot of allies even. We could... we could create a new regiment. Independence demand. Cold air. How are we winning this war? Like, we are not even fighting her. Like, what is happening? The embrace. We are winning this war for some reason. I have no idea why. No one rise Santos but me. 150 prestige. That should be enough, right? Yes. So look at this. Yeah, we can create a cadet branch. This is big. This could like put us back into track to power. So it cost 2000 prestige, 1500 renown, Gangle heritage. Does it descend from the Gangle? Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna... I have a named plan. And I'm gonna design the thing. Alright, so that took me about half an hour to do. So this is... Jolfur is one of Odin's many names. And if you look it up, it says that it means horse, wolf or bear. So I guess maybe it is a bit disputed what it means. So... yeah, that is what we're gonna have. Horse, wolf or bear, who knows what we are. And that is an allusion to Bow Tiller's many talents to transform into different animals. And of course we have the Gangle wolf and everything. I think that's pretty cool. Customer's house. Finish customizing your house. Once you submit, you can undo this chance. Be sure you're ready to submit. Yeah. Okay, so... can we call somebody in here? Okay. Call your house member Baron Janus Pannonius. Oh, wow. He's so terribly strong. Such an amazing ally. Well, let's see. Country houses. House had, yeah, I mean, we are the house at least. Living members 18. What matters now is to just like place all our house members in positions of power, and to do that we're gonna need to revoke a bunch of titles. And to do that we need to collect another 1000 prestige so we can get back the crown authority. So we are still like are pretty far off to do all of this. Okay, so can we finish this up at least? What a village child. Right. Yes, finish this. It will be youth. We lost the trait wounded. Wrap it up. Shrouded failure. Victory. But we lost a ton of troops there. I mean, we could get a white piece from this. Both of these, actually. And I still don't understand how we can be winning this. Because we aren't even there. What's this? Oh, the Independence War. That's not it. What is left? I don't care. We have to take like every single thing here, apparently. What is truth? Truce. And what is this? No, well, actually, yes. Look at how strong he is. It says inferior, but well, maybe. Alright. Come on. Don't fucking lose this. There it is. That took way too long. Let me get some money. And now on to the one that we're about to lose. Which is... Oh wow. Can we even do this? We lose decisively. We can't win this. We cannot win this. But it's just over the Duchy of Lositz. It's not the biggest deal, really. Let's try to finish this. Kittila. This one we have to win. Stress leaf, yes. Lion's War. I mean, we could just surrender this, but why? We could just let them waste their energy and forces on this and weaken them. It doesn't really matter. A claim on Oldenburg. Quizzer Menger. Or the Independence War. Like, what is this? The Isles. Maybe we should give it up. We may have to. Pretty damn strong. Oh, look at that. Toreador mail. Any good? Where is it? It is a relic? Pedestal item. While the chain links do not offer room for decoration, the fine work on the riveting sets this piece apart from common mail. The set includes a turban helmet and an aventail. The lowermost links are made out of decorative silver, lining the whole armor. It's not super good. Not super good. Come on. Allies. Oh, this is a close one. Wow. A valley of letters. Signing is a strong word. I am merely retracing letters. Carved on a wooden tablet and barely succeeding at it. Really? Is it because my learning is 4? I can barely read and write, apparently. My lady, perhaps it's time for you to learn to read and write properly. I mean, 50-50, sure. And I failed, of course, right? This should end the war. The hardest part of ruling. Daydreaming about clothes. That wasn't enough. Like, seriously? The value of letters. Let's look at that. I'm doing great, right? My son Rodolfo Ferrante sighs, shaking his head with a forlorn expression. My lady, perhaps you would rather use this fancy shiny seal instead of signing. Apparently he's not satisfied with the amazing progress I've been making in my endeavor to learn to read and write. Fancy wax seal. It's all your fault. No. No, you back my toy boat. I guess this is the best one. Is it? What a fail. Oh, come on. There it is. $100 for that. An artifact. Decline. Spelled person. So we we are giving up on this one. The Sorbian War. And I think we're gonna lose the Independence War. I mean, we can try, but it's very, very unlikely that it is enough time to fix this. Transfer artifact. Is it the coven thing again? A clause will hurt you. You're evenly matched. I am an animal. I have my opponent on the back foot. Even match. Invoker fair weapons. Ah, we lost. Yield. That's our first duel loss. Oh, so we got the person auto strategy. Well, what a bastard. Courtier, a federalist, and a gentleman. Stress 78. We are gonna lose this Independence War, like there's not enough time. Quell the beast. Can we turn it around? Somebody else took it? Come on. It would be nice to have some peace for a while. But that doesn't look like it's gonna happen anytime soon. Oh, did you see that? Like it was up to 100. Yeah, we will lose this. Very, very disappointing. It's over. That's 6. Dionysius. A monumental fresco painting of the Virgin Nativity Cathedral of the Raponto Monastery in Ologda Blast has recently been unveiled to the public. A tremendous work that is the culmination of a strong career in icon painting by one man named Dionysius. These creations are characterized by an aura of serenity and peace that seems to affect even the Canaan's raging inner beast. He is now old and tired though, and this was certainly his latest work. It is always the temptation with such interesting mortals. You have the possibility of saving his artistic genius by cursing him forever. So he could be an excellent artisan, potentially. A competitor. This mortal is mine. Court. Book inspiration. Only a master. Decent. A Court of War. Tatka of Shala. Currently sits on the throne of Shala, but I am the true and rightful ruler of those lands. But Lindis. Are you? Well, you do have a claim. If you aid me in pressing my claim, I shall swear fealty to you and serve you loyalty until the end of my days. How strong are you? I mean, sure. You can do that. What's this? Sad and jealous coveter. Diplomacy's challenge. Nice. My lady, I am sure someone in the kingdom is out to get me. I have no evidence, but I suspect Ductus George. Given his reputation for villainy, comes from my throat. He's a vassal. He's pretty rich. "75% chance Dr. George confesses to plot." Does not confess. Of course, of course. Is there enough time? I don't think so. Oh, it was. Wow. This is like the closest war ever. Oh, they're gonna crush us there. That's it. Well, actually, we could surrender before that happens. Right piece. Let's surrender. That saved our army a little bit. Ah, but we lost Melita. Och Nosferatu Primo igen. Oh, that is a tremendous loss. Isles are independent. Look at this. My half-sister. What a shame. Look at this. Like, things is falling apart and creating new realms. Course of Love. They're super weak. Course of the Golden Cross. They are new, aren't they? Baron Rinaldo de Rubio the Knight. What? Like a baron? That's a kingdom title, but they call him a baron. It is something messed up with the titles. The titles are wrong since something happened with it in the last episode that messed up the titles. And I don't know what it is. I think it was the Camarilla thing that occurred like worldwide. But it has to be like some bug or something with that. Maghreb. Africa. Novgorod is strong as ever. Celestial Tribe and the Horde. Alright, so this one we can give up. Surrender. Also, we lost our spy master that had a hook on us. Preferably somebody who doesn't heads me completely. I think this would... Like, putting somebody on the council gives plus 100 something, right? Let's see. No, it did not. Okay, so let's put Agnes Serdan. And... oh wow. We're starting to run out of competent people here. Which isn't good. Like, why do you hate me so much? There's like so many things. Cabot the Explorer. Sonna Steward. Yeah, we don't have anybody. We don't have a spy master anymore. That's like competent. Wow. I mean... Cosper could be the marshal, perhaps? For a while? He's not super good. Or are we swaying? Don't need to sway you anymore. We need to sway you. But now since we lost Melita, we can only do one personal scheme at a time. So this is gonna be... This is a huge loss. This is just awful. Losing the Isles. Holy war for the country of Helsingland. Oh, look at this! So now when she isn't our vassal anymore, now she will join the wars as an ally. Isn't that something? That is so strange, like how that works. And our powerful house members here. With 0 troops. 0. Well. Wait a minute here. We're fighting against Inquisitors? We are. Wow. But very weak. They used to be super strong. Essential proposal. Fortitude. Insane Blackguard. Berserker. Maybe he could be a loyal spy master. Source of passion. Let's see. He doesn't have any skills that I don't have. Recruit a court. Does he have that? Animalism, fortitude, Protean. Nope. Recruit a court. Let's do that and see if he is useful as a bodyguard, maybe. Musician, bodyguard. Poor, like, come on. Very, very disappointing. Culture has discovered coinage. Yeah, but I don't have the control over the research anymore. That was a long time ago. I lost that. Yeah, it is Turhala that is the Norse culture head. Hurry up, allies. Don't care. And then after this we have the other war. Shala war. Good. $40 coins for that. Oh, they have a bunch of castles here. Lydia. We lost our marshal. Feline hunter. Love a feline companion. Yes. Pause. That is some really strong castles I have here. Oh no. I'm not paying that much. Like, why are you standing there? Help me out with the siege. Distinctly average. Why are we minus 495 prestige? When did that happen? Come on. What is left? Okay. 189 coins. Holy War. Very good. So that's that. Independence War. Down there. Stock and what's this then? Isn't that the capital? Militia. Mecklenburg. Oh, we have this as well. Oh my god. What is that? Let's go at exposure 5. Ah, that's not good. Kill them all. Lash out. Pet pause. We should have started that war with Charla. Oh, nice. 6 stallion. That's that. Yeah, so this time we captured the war leader. This is like normal. Why didn't we do that when it took my best weapon? Of course, that's like the only time we don't get them for some reason. And that is so annoying. Piece of garbage. Person taken prisoner. End your scheme. Why is that? Is it maxed out? Yeah, plus 105. 1. Yeah, we don't have Milita anymore, so we can only survey one person at a time. This is terrible. I level 6 fort. Notable guest. We got him. Your kinsman Eric died. Because Eric the Wolf of Åland was dragged out into the sunlight by the cunning Inquisitrix Sanna of Södermanland. Huh. Wait a minute. Like, could it have been the Inquisitors that murdered Dalla? I didn't think about that at all. That they could like do like murder plots. It could have been them. Huh. New opponent. Nothing in this world is certain, especially in times of war. The Norwegian war for Otolindis Ignatius' claim on the country of Charlotte has been no different. As this conflict is no longer against my kinswoman Taska, but my kinswoman Inger instead, it might be wise to reevaluate the situation. Yeah, this is the best thing that can happen with this, because we should never have stolen this. This is actually very good. Good. So we only have like one war left here. Let's see if we can finish it before something else happens. Host 2 chests. Game of riddles. Speechcraft. I win with 15%. Please end the war with this. Please, please, please. Why is it not the end? Why? Or is it this thing? This is last country. Oh, this is an independence war, which means if we win this, which I think that we will, we can. Well, we can't revoke the titles. Like, can't we even do that with the rebels? Oh, that's a problem. That is a problem. We need a 1000 prestige, like super fast. 62. That didn't do it either. What's this? And we can't take this back. So we have conflicting wars here. Damn it. Why are we over there? There's a bunch of them. Hellas, where are you? Oh, come on. Where's the allies? Are you kidding me? Oh, they're on the way. Okay. Thank goodness. Don't lose. Crush them. $99. Okay. But that was a bloody war. Bloody battle. There it is. No independence for you. finally disband. So bodyguard. Yeah, you have a weapon. You become the owner of Duke Heinrich's dagger, which is even more garbage than what she has. Look at that. Sure, you can have that. And I get some prestige. And we are in debt as usual. But we are out of the wars for a moment. For a brief moment. What is going on here? War against the tyranny of High Valkyrie Torhalla. Rani of Skara. Infernalist. Camarilla. Oh, so Torhalla never converted to the Camarilla. She's still old school. Look at that. So many wars. Like, this would be the perfect opportunity to just like invade and take over as much as possible. But it's not gonna happen because we are so weak. So we have to like rest up here. The new dust head. Really? That's big. That is really big. How is that possible? So I think that means that we can call in like dynasty members to the wars again with renown. Not for free, but with renown. Yeah, like, so what I would like to do here is revoke all the titles of all these rebels and give the titles to my children. So I later could call in my children with as house members during the wars, like for free. But we can't revoke. We cannot revoke. We don't have limited crown authority or better. Yeah, because we lost this, because we lost one of the Liberty Wars. Yeah, we cannot do it. So we have to farm prestige once again. Go on pilgrimage. Yeah, so you lose that thing when you convert religion, which makes sense. Like, maybe we should sell off somebody to just get out of debt. Not about anything. Duchy of Alicia. Let's sell off one of them. Additional taxes. Like we can never get in the green. It is so annoying. Solacent script. What is this? Regret and mourning. How cruel a mistress is random chance. To deprive the world of such a beautiful dance. Alone bereft without that sweet woman. We wondering where hurt began. Is this a poet about Dalla? Chancellor. Do we dare to declare a little war? To grab something? It would have to be like a tiny little war. Like should you? Well, if you do a holy war, like, of course, in a holy war you get the titles if they don't belong to your faith, right? So I should be able to distribute those titles. Could we do that? Also, oh, that's a shame. Like Odin converted to Camarilla. He was like fair before, so we could have done it. A holy war. Oh! You look very vulnerable there, Melita. Ended from declaring war on you for 7 months. That is not a very long time. I think you're gonna join our realm very soon. Once again, Melita. And I will forgive you for your crimes. Because I need you. So we need to wait for this. 7 months. Which... 4th October 1507. Alright. Then we will take that back. That gives us some time to regain strength as well. Ransom. Liberatio. All right. Permia. Sahara. And England is under control of the Inquisition. I will not give pause away. Never. No, 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 no. We'll soon leave. You cannot leave, son. You cannot leave. Have this. An anatomical expert. The development progress in country of Tandheimer will increase by 40. Yes. That's it, right? Yeah. Truce is over. So how are we gonna do this? So she is Camarilla, the Nastic Kinslayer. Oh wow, look at this. But she hasn't killed any Gangrel members, which is good. Okay, or the Lindis Jagnotis claims. Oh, what? Oh no. Oh no, we can't do this. Yeah, I mean, we are not in Harrier anymore, so we can't like do like the conquest thing. Yeah, yes, for no reason anymore. So it is much harder now to even make a war. And that is a big deal. Why does it cost that much? Like, why 500? Claimant of different dynasty 250. Claim title is 500. Oh, but that is for the duchy. Oh, we can't even do it for just the country. Wow. Isn't that sad? Isn't that sad? We can't even do holy wars. Minus 412. Wow. Oh, well, we can do the Ur war. Not even that. Holy... Wow! Wow, wow, wow. Like, can we declare any war at all? It says here that we can. Oak, Bishop Flavius Belisarius, the military prefect. We can in theory, but not in reality. Love-struck ghost. What are we gonna do with this? I don't even know. I think after... After we get another perk here, I think we have to shift this to... Perhaps Theologian? To get some piety and stuff. Like... Maybe there are some events that... if you have the Theologian lifestyle, that gives you the chance to get rid of your sins. I think there are some... But this is pretty problematic. We can't really do anything. We don't have prestige, we don't have piety. And we don't really have any other like causes spell to do anything. Artifact claim work, can we do that? Well, there's a sheep at least. Huh. So we could potentially do that soon. Look at this. 110,000 troops. Wow. The Gold King of Delhi. Call to war. Liberty war. Well, we will gain prestige from this. At least. Alright. Where are you? Attackers. Up there. Alright. And let's do it. Why is that? Why did you leave? Like, come on. Still artifacts. whatever. If you want to leave, leave. Why can't I lead armies, by the way? I just realized that. Oh, I can. Oh, but I'm terrible. Whatever. Whatever. Good, good. Jumped 8. Then let's take that. So this should be easy. Oh, victory, yeah. What? But we didn't get any prestige or anything? So we didn't own anything from that. Or telling me that. Where is she? Hornfrieder the Dry. Like, why don't you like me more? I just helped you to win a war here. Like, seriously. Like, without any prestige or piety, you are so limited to what you can do. Like, it's really, really awful. I mean, we are still on plus on this, the piety, but I don't understand how we could lose this much piety. From what? What did we do? Maybe we could go on pilgrimage. Let's do that. That should help us out in the long run. A little bit at least. Dedicated pilgrim. 10 years. Yeah. Grandson slain in battle. Sylvie Yolfer, really? Prince Brage. Cousin. And Prince Snorri Sturluson's Chancellor. Huh. Hmm. Mystic. Melinda is one of the stranger people I have met on this journey. She seems to be a firm believer, but also expounds the true nature of humanity and what it all means. At night, her tent is lit up by the candles within, and occasionally strange chanting and unusual incense flows from it. I'm wholly unprepared when Melinda bids me to enter. The Eye of the Storm of Anise. Camarilla. Oh, look at her. She has some cool stuff that she could teach me. Famous. Huh. She's super powerful. 29 diplomacy, 18 intrigue, 16 stewardship, 22 learning. Oh, thank you. This all smells of hearsay to me. Does it? I am quite curious. What is this? Inside Melinda's tent, I am greeted by strong smells and an overwhelmingly hot and heavy air. It is important that we turn our gaze within ourselves, she explains and takes a seat. I wanted to close your eyes and focus, as I do, let humanity flow through you. Reach for the ecstasy of divinity. Yes, I can feel my connection to the blood. Learning is lesson 12. Oh no. Oh no. So like I'm gonna fail this cool event here. Because I don't have enough learning. Is that it? Damn it. You engage the mystic in debate. Tell me, how does this have anything to do with humanity? Well, bonus, I never expected Melinda to be able to answer for her strange practices as well as she did. I'm still suspicious of whatever it is she's up to, but I have certainly gotten some fresh perspectives to consider. How can we get closer to humanity? Increase your learning by 1. Oh, nice. Better than nothing. So we are there. You should meet me there, but Melinda, the seeker of true knowledge of the divine. Look around you, both Hiller, she says. Is this glory not as I said it would be? Indeed it is, my friend. Oh wow! This is big! This is big! We grow closer to forming a friendship with Melinda. 625 piety. Gain the trait Pilgrim. Wow. That was worth it. An artifact. Nope. Let's see. Who are we swaying? We don't need to sway you. Let's pin her and let's sway her. Where do you live? You live in Isles. Huh. So now we could do Holy Wars, I think. If you were in that, of course. Pilgrimage the return. Good, good. Plus 3.3. That is not bad. Not bad. Serious business. Development growth. The end is nigh. Pathetic. Nonsense. Bonus raving heretic. Out of fealty. Stilgar the River of Kalish. Exchange for your protection. May our two great houses both prosper by arrangement. Becomes a vassal. Oh, he's powerful. Huh. Sure. Not bad. Not bad. If we just could get out of debt here. Oh, look at this. Subsumed spirit. The vampire can completely transfer its mind into the body of an animal. They can control the animal and use its senses freely. Even during the day, should they manage to stay awake. And now we're gonna switch to theology. Theology focus. Yeah. And what am I hoping for here is that we're gonna get some event and that so we can get rid of the sins here, or there's only one sin, the wrathful, and get some positive fate-based stuff happening. He's just a cat. Look at this. Look at our army. Look. Really regaining our strength here. Prince Shara. Very interesting. People are starting to peace out. Look at this map. What a mess it is. Novgorod is so strong. So strong. Podala. Podala. So what are we gonna do to get out of debt? We have to arrest somebody. Not a guest, it has to be... It has to be... a courtier. Oh, wow. Look at that. My nephew. Let's see. Chance for Alpha. I mean, we can't afford to pay him. And we can't grant him a title either. Can't do that. There should be somebody else. What about you? What are you? You're a champion at your court. Sabbat. I mean, we do have the prisoners. One at least. But we have you. But we can't do anything with you before we have the revocation thing back. That would be a sure thing. It would invite tyranny penalty, of course. Why are we in a red? I mean, we have raised all the men at arms. So what's the problem? It is the levies that aren't back. Well, we're just gonna have to wait and see what happens. Acquisition cell. Corrupt masquerade. Tree. Scornful sycophants. Prestige. How much do we have? 51. And baseline 52. Ranked 7th in the world. Like, really? Hardest part of ruling. Daydreaming about plots. My friend, you usually give me some gifts. Money gifts now and then. Please do that now. Would you? He's too far away. Oh, what is happening here? A Liberty War. 18,000. Bertor the Humulus of Karelia. Almost back to full strength here with the army. And some 100. No, because one day we will get over 1,000 for you. So I'm sorry. We need 1,000 prestige to get the Crown Authority back. Oh, less? Yeah, because we have a little bit now. A sunny day. Do I have any stress? Yeah. This is good. -10 for Albino. What? But oh, I thought it was Vörr. Oh, hey, hack on the Norse hero of Midgard. Trohalla's son. Vörr's grandson. So he has taken over. How did that happen? Inherited via abdication, really? Wow. Sorbia. Sabbat Patriots. Honor and bravery. Camarilla. So are we entering into an era of peace here? Almost seems like. Well, I think we're gonna call it here. But we have recovered a little bit. And if we play this nicely, we could probably get somewhere soon. With Holy Wars, I think, is probably the solution. So yeah. If you like this, please leave a like and subscribe and comment if you will. And thank you for watching. Bye bye.